Our session today will be elasticity. So elasticity is very important because this concept helps us understand how responsive one variable is with respect to another. So in the context of demand, which we have been looking at, we will understand elasticity to helping firms, policymakers to understand how the prices or the incomes will affect the quantity demanded for a good or a service. So elasticity, to understand it better, we must also go back to understanding the determinants of demand. So quickly, help me understand or go back. What are some of the factors that affect demand? Any five factors? Demand is affected by what factors?
Consumer tests,
Yes, consumer tests. What else?
Price of the good,
Yes, price of that good, X. This is what makes on price elasticity. Okay, the price of related goods, it can be, we put arrow there. So the two related goods in this context will be like looking at the complementary goods and the substitute goods. Well, this is what makes cross price elasticity of demand. What other factor affects demand? Income.
population,
Yes. Income, this is what makes what we call income elasticity. Related goods,
expectation,
expectations, correct. Population, expectations, tests. What else? Factors that affect demand.
advertisement,
Advertisements, correct. The weather. All these are factors that affect one's demand. Okay, so for the context of this topic, we're going to look at elasticity with regards to these three. On price elasticity of demand, so the demand on itself. So the elasticity of X on X. This is on price elasticity. Then elasticity of X on Y. This is cross price elasticity. And elasticity of X on income. This is elasticity of income. So elasticity basically is the responsiveness of demand to prices due to changes in prices. So we're going to look at the three types of elasticity, and we'll start with price elasticity of demand. Now, price elasticity of demand has three types of elasticities. So we have what we call elastic demand. This is when elasticity is more than one. So here we assuming price sensitivity is high, especially for women, we are very elastic compared to men. A man will just go to a quick shop and buy things, even those things that are worth 15 kwacha, you go to a shop, it will be 51 kwacha. They'll just buy because they are insensitive. So elasticity is a very important managerial concept because it helps, especially when it comes to pricing strategies. So I'll try to, as much as possible to localize this and apply it to a context where you'll be able to really understand um, how these things are applied. So unit elastic means there is 50-50. An increase by 1% will result in a decrease by 1%. Okay, then if it's less than 1, it means that it is inelastic, meaning an increase in the price by 1% will result to a decrease in quantity demanded by less than 1%. So that is what we call inelastic demand. So we're going to look at the formulas for each of these ones. So price elasticity of demand is given by uh, the percentage change in quantity demanded over percentage change in price. So we're going to use three methods that we're going to calculate that using the percentage change formula and using the calculus formula. right? So as you can see, price elasticity of demand is a percent change when demanded over percent change in price. So if we get more than one, it means demand is elastic. If it's exactly one, it's unit elastic. So meaning when demanded is less than the price. Then unit is means that it is exactly the proportion. So in our preamble, we explained to say that the law of demand dictates that an increase in price will automatically be accompanied by a decrease in what? Quantity demanded. So P1 to P2 is equal to Q1 to Q2. So this inverse relationship is what makes elasticity of demand negative. So elasticity of demand is always negative because of the inverse relationship. Now, if the price P1 of fuel increases from 10 kwacha to P2 maybe 20 kwacha, obviously we know that quantity demanded will decrease. So Q1, maybe you're buying 100 liters, then you are going to reduce your consumption maybe to 8 liters. So what type of elasticity is this? So on a scale, you must understand that from 0 to -1 means anything 0 point something means it is inelastic. Exactly 1, it is elastic. More than 1, it is, oh, this is unit elastic. Then more than 1, it is elastic. So elastic means it's sensitive. Inelastic means it's insensitive. Unit elastic means it's 50-50. All right, so before we go there, I just want to do a quick exercise with you. Between these A, B, and C, you tell me which one is elastic, which one is inelastic, and which one is unit elastic. Okay? So when I say A, you tell me elastic. B, you tell me that's unit elastic. C, you tell me whether it is elastic. So A, what is A?
Inelastic.
It's inelastic. B,
Inelastic.
B inelastic. C
Inelastic.
inelastic. And D
Elastic.
elastic. No, those answers, there's only one correct. Try again. A,
A is elastic
elastic.
because yes, it's elastic for
Mhm.
me.
No, it's inelastic. A is inelastic.
A is
Oh,
inelastic.
it's less than one. Sorry,
Mhm.
it's less than.
So it's elastic. How about B?
Inelastic.
Inelastic. C, no, can I be papata? Let me explain this again to layman's language. Whenever your answer is starting with a zero, it is inelastic. Ili pakati hapa. Ngana ikwata number oku, it is elastic. So this one is inelastic because it's starting with a zero. It's between -1 and 0. These ones that are going there, this is negative what? As in the negative side, as the numbers are growing, they are becoming bigger this side. So this is inelastic. Okay? And E is -1.0. Then B is elastic because 1 nakamwana. C is also elastic. 11 nakamwana. It's more than it's this side. E is unit elastic. Okay? Then D does not qualify to be elasticity of demand. It can be elasticity of supply because positive is not qualifying to be elasticity of demand. Okay, I hope I've made myself clear. Let's give it a try again.
Sorry, Collins, just repeat on D. Why is D not elastic?
D is unit elastic. It's exactly 1. It's at 1. All right. I said 1 means if you increase by 10%, you're going to lose by 10%. So it is exactly there. It's just at par. Okay. So
Okay.
we're together. So let's try again. Okay. Negative 2.11. Negative 0.211. Negative 1 point. So what is A, what is B, and what is C?
So A is elastic,
A is elastic. Uh-huh.
B is inelastic,
B is inelastic. Uh-huh.
and then C is unit elastic.
Correct. Okay. Are we together? Do you agree with him?
Yes.
And that is precisely so. If you're able to now interpret that, let us now interpret what answer we're going to get here. So elasticity of demand is given by percentage change in quantity demanded over percentage change in price. So how do we change our consumption when there's a change in price? So literally it is Q2 minus Q1 over Q1 times 100. That is a change, percent change in price on top. Then we go down, P2 minus P1 over P1 times 100. So what is our Q2? 80 minus 100 over 100. 80 minus 100, okay, over 100 times 100%. We're going to get what? Negative 20%. That's a percentage change in what? In quantity. Percentage change in price, P2 minus P1 over P1. So 20 minus what? 10 over what? 10 times 100. So this one will give you 100%. So this is over 100%. So percent will cancel. 100 divided by 20 divided by 100 is negative 0.2. So what is your comment here? What type of elasticity is that?
Inelastic.
Correct. Inelastic. All right. Are we together? Are we together? So this is what we call point elasticity of demand or elasticity of demand at that particular point. Okay? Any questions? So it tells you the sensitivity. So can anyone tell me how much a razor blade is? Can somebody tell me how much a razor blade is? You don't know, right? You can buy it whether you found at 5 kwacha or if you found it at what? At 10 kwacha. But you don't buy it on a daily basis, okay? It is what? It is inelastic, insensitive. But for for what? For for what do we buy? tomato, you know those prices every day. So if you see any changes that are not really within, you're able to react in a certain way. Okay. So that is how we calculate that. So there's also what we call arc price elasticity of demand. So point is at a particular point. So at that particular point, you calculate it. So sometimes you would be given a scenario where you want to calculate price elasticity of demand within a certain arc of prices so that you are able to tell as a business whether to charge a high price or not. So let's give an example where you're given an equation, for instance. The demand equation is Q is equal to 25 minus 3P. So find the arc price elasticity between price 1, which is $4, and price 2, which is $3. So in a layman's language, we know that demand function is downsloping. So at point A and at point B, if price increases from P1 to P2, quantity will decrease from Q1 to Q2 according to the law of demand. Are we clear on that? So suppose your P1 is what? 4 kwacha. Okay? The P1 is 4 kwacha. You have 2 kwacha, you have 4 kwacha. So this has caused, and your demand function Q is equal to 25 minus 3P. So this is our P1 and this is our P2. So we're told that the price has changed. From 4 kwacha, it has gone, this is our P1, 4 kwacha, and the price has gone down from 4 to 2 kwacha. The first thing is we need to calculate what is our Q. So our Q1, we substitute in the P1 where there is P, we put 4. So 25 minus 3P. So where there's P, we put a 4. So 25 minus 12. What do we get? 13. So this is our Q1. So the 4 will correspond to the what? The 13 here. Then we do the same at P2 to find our Q2 in here. So we do the same 25 minus what? 3P. So where there's P, we put our what? Our 2. So this will be 25 minus 6, which is 16. So this will be 16 here. So I need you to get me clearly here. There's what we call point elasticity of demand and arc price elasticity of demand. So when you're given a demand function, there's another formula that we use. Remember, at first we said the formula for elasticity of demand at a particular point is simply percentage change in what? Quantity demanded over percentage change in price. But if you don't want to use those changes there, you can use calculus. So point elasticity of demand is simply B times price over quantity. So what is our B? We know that demand function is given by what? A minus BP. So BP therefore is simply the number that comes, the letter that comes before, the number that comes before the letter. So if this is our demand function, can somebody identify our B? What is our B? What is our A? Our A should be 25. Our B should be 3. Okay? Using this format. So our B is a slope. So what is our B? Negative 3. So point elasticity of demand wants to tell you what kind of elasticity you have at that particular point. So we want to know at the point where prices go to 4 kwacha. So we've established that 4 kwacha, if this is P and this is Q. So P1 was 4 kwacha. So meaning our Q1 we calculated what? The 4 kwacha. For P1 we calculated the Q1 as 13. Our P2 was 3 kwacha. We calculated it, we found what? 16. So the point elasticity of demand is simply B times price over quantity. So what is the point elasticity at P1? So the gradient is simply -3, the same one. And the price at that point, P1 is what? 4 kwacha. And the quantity is 13 kwacha. So when you compute that, you can put a 1 there. 3 times 4 is 12. 1 times 13 is 13. There's a negative there. What is 12 divided by 13? 12 divided by 13, 0.92 negative. What is the comment we have there? Demand is inelastic. Okay? Let's try P2. What is the point elasticity at P2? So before I go to P2, what does this mean in economics terms? It means elasticity is insensitive. So if you're increasing prices, you can safely increase because how much you will lose in demand compared to how much you gain in demand is going to be what? Low. For instance, during the trade fair here, demand is what? Inelastic for accommodation, for lodging. So if you're into lodging, at that point you would increase. If a room was 500 kwacha and you double it 1,000 kwacha, people will still buy because it is inelastic. But right now, that uh, the rooms that we were doing at 500, at 1,000, you can't do them because people will be sensitive. All right. So let's try to look at P2. The price is what? 3, and the quantity is what? 16. So the gradient is still the same throughout. It's -3 times the price is what? 3, and the quantity is what? 16. So this will be -9 over 16. What do we get? 9 divided by 16, -0.69. So here, demand is still inelastic. If we got 1.69, we will say it would be elastic. All right? So this is what we call point elasticity of demand. Point elasticity of demand. Before I go to arc price elasticity of demand, can I repeat this? Have I lost anyone? Can I repeat this again? Are we together, Susan? This is the baby class. Feel free. I can repeat this again and again if you are behind. Am I talking to myself or is my network clear? Clear? Can somebody respond? I think my network.
Yes, it's clear.
Pardon?
Yes, the network is clear. It's clear.
All right, okay. So let me illustrate this with another uh, question. Because this question comes a lot. I don't want to lose any of you. So elasticity, suppose we're given Q is equal to 10 minus 2P. From this equation, what is our B? Our B is what? -2, that's a gradient. And suppose we're told that, imagine that your P is got to what? Maybe your P is 4 quarter. Calculate the point elasticity. So you cannot find point elasticity unless you calculate your Q as well. So you substitute this in the equation to get your Q. So 10 minus 2P, so where there's P, we put a 4. That is 10 minus 8, which is 2. So our Q is what? 2. Then what's the elasticity of demand? Point elasticity, this is a direct demand, so it is simply B times price over quantity. So our B is -2, the gradient clearly showing there. So we put -2. And our price was given as 4 quarter, we put 4 quarter there. Then our quantity, we calculated it ourselves. So just match it here, you can put a 1 there. -2 times 8 is -8. 2 times 1 is what? 2. Our answer we're getting is -4. Our comment will be demand is elastic. I hope this makes more sense now. Sometimes demand can be an inverse demand. It is direct. 10 minus what? 2P. So it has changed. Minus 2Q, sorry. It has changed. And we're told that calculate the elasticity of demand if your Q is 1 unit. So already from here, our B is simply the number that comes before the letter, still -2. Okay? Our P, when you put this 1 in there, it will be 10 minus 2 times 1, so 10 minus 2, meaning our P is 8. But the formula now will change for the inverse demand. Point elasticity, inverse demand will be what? 1 over B times what? Price over quantity. How do we know that it's inverse when B is subject? Then our B is -2. So 1 over -2. Our price is what? 8. And our quantity is what? 1. So here we're going to have 8 over -2. We get -4. So here demand is still inelastic. So you need to understand what is actually happening. All right? So they'll give you the same question sometimes to calculate the arc price elasticity of demand. Arc price elasticity of demand. So they say between the price P1 is what? 4 kwacha and to P2, 2 kwacha. So between this range, what is arc price elasticity? So the first thing is you calculate the corresponding Q1 and Q2. When you put a 4 there, 4 into the P there, so that would be 8. 10 minus 8, meaning our Q should be a 2 there. Then when you put the 2 into the P there, 2 times 2 is 4. 4 from 10 is 6. That's the first thing. Are we together so far on substituting? I was a little bit faster so that I don't take much of the time in basic calculations. Don't abuse the calculator on some things. Okay, so then we calculate our arc price elasticity. So arc price elasticity is simply given by Q2 minus Q1 over average quantity divided by P2 minus P1 over average price. So arc price elasticity is a little bit tough. It's given by what? Q2 minus Q1 over average quantity. Average quantity simply you add them and divide by 2. Q2 plus Q1 divided by 2. This answer, when we get it, we divide it the same. P2 minus P1 over the average price. Average price is simply by adding P2 plus P1 divided by 2. All right. So what was our Q2 minus Q1? So this is 6 minus 2 over 6 plus 2 divided by 2. Okay, so this is what? The numerator. So this is 8, 4, and this is 8 divided by 2 over 4. Okay, this is 1 on top. Okay, divided by, this is P2 minus P1. Our P2 is what? P2 is what? 2 minus 4 over 2 plus 4 divided by 2. So here we're going to have what? Negative 2 over 6 divided by 2, 3. So this is 0.67. So 1 divided by 0.67, that will be our arc price elasticity. Okay, so I'll give you homework just on what has been covered. I'll send you another link now from here. I'll give you 5 minutes to try the exam question. I'll send it on the group, then we proceed. So here it's 1.49, which is elastic. All right, so I'll send you homework just on what we've done. 5 minutes and we continue. Thank you so much. Check your